Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we are diving into the 5-second rule and how it can help your emotions or worrying, really your mindset, which isn't that convenient because that's what we like to talk about here on the page. So I was reading this morning. This is a book that we're going through. We go through books almost every single day unless I don't plan out my morning very well and then I have to shoot out the door. But for the most part, I come on here, we go through a book, we talk about mindset in the mornings. If you're brand new, post new below. I would love to get to know you. You can always go to KetoMomSecrets.com and click on recipes. There is a little spot for book club. I've done them for 2 years. You can click on ketones. I drink these every single day. You can click on how to join my team. There's so many different things that you can learn. KetoMomSecrets.com. Other than that, tell me where you're tuning in from and tell me one thing you're thankful for, because if you're thankful and you have an attitude, am I back? I think I'm back. All right. Let me know if you can hear me for some reason if you can't. I set so many alarms to remind myself of things, so give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or drop a 1 in the chat if you're watching live and you can hear me. Otherwise, I use alarm clocks all day long to remind me of things. So oftentimes people will I just don't remember to drink water. And I'll say, set alarm clocks throughout your day and it will ding, just like that one did if you could hear it, and it'll say drink water, and then you'll go, oh, I'm going to drink my water. Thank you, Linda. All right, good morning, good morning. So as I was reading the 5-second rule today, if you don't know what this is about, think about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when you find yourself either going to make an excuse or procrastinate or just not do something you know you need to do. You're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 yourself out of bed, past the drive-thru, to the gym, make the phone call. And what she says today is she uses the 5-second rule to help monitor her mindset. So as we dive in, that's what we're talking about. The book is great. I would highly recommend that you get it. If you don't have it, you can tune in here. But if you really, really want to dive into using this as a tool, it's really great to have the book. Excuse me. So good morning. Thanks for saying good morning as you're hopping on. If you want to, share one thing you're thankful for. All right. So she says, after she used the 5-second rule for years and years to help her be productive, she realized not only could she use it for physical behaviors, but she thought, you know what? I think I can help use this 5-second rule to help with my mindset and my thoughts. And so oftentimes, I honestly 100% believe that people self-sabotage and they don't hit their goals because of their self-limiting beliefs. It's like that vicious thought that runs around in your head that pops in there day in and day out that says, you're not worth it, you're not worthy, it will always be like this. Somebody maybe told you you'll never be that size, or it runs in our family, or why would you think that you get to be better than somebody else? Why do you, or why should you, right? Or maybe you're just self-sabotaging and you just talk terrible to yourself. You can utilize this 5-second rule to switch that. So I listened to not only this book, but I listened to an incredible podcast by Erwin McManus called Mastering Your Inner Self. It's like mastery over yourself. And you might go, well, that sounds weird. When I listened to the podcast, it was unbelievable, because that's what we need to do. If you can't have mastery over your thoughts are going to have mastery over you. You're going to let the world tell you what to think and how to do things. And basically you're not going to be very happy. So let's start dominating our thoughts. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. So basically, here's what she talks about. Excuse me. She talks about, let's start using the rule to change our mindset, to change our thinking. I don't read everything to you, but she goes, more than any other change, ending your habit of worrying will help create the single biggest positive impact in your life. How many of you worry? Worry about things you can't control. Worry about things that were in the past. Worry about things that might be in the future that will never come to pass. And we sit in this place of worry or fear. And so what she says is, guess what? I learned how to use the 5-second rule to not worry, to not be afraid, to like take my thoughts captive and to put in a new thought. And so that I can overall go after the things that I'm wanting in life. She goes, I wish I hadn't spent, she goes, most people, when they're at the end of their lives, all have the same regret. And she goes, they wish they hadn't worried or spent so much time worrying in their lifetime. So she goes, so here's how it works. When you catch yourself worrying or being afraid or not, like mindset, when you catch yourself, you can go work out. Where? Oh. We live in Minnesota, the land of, well, actually not really. A lot of you that live down south have bugs, but I shouldn't speak that the ticks are bad, but I'm going to speak that the ticks are not bad. And my underlying, anyways, doesn't matter. The girls went out, our girls, so we live on a lake, 40-acre lake, and we have a path all the way around. So they just got back, and then we had to tick check them. And there was only like 10, probably 10. We even had tick spray on. All right, but we can't worry about the ticks. My husband would say, Stephanie, stop being afraid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not afraid. You just pick them off and you rip off their heads and you throw them in the garbage. So gross. All right. So, excuse me, hold on. All right. As soon as you catch yourself worrying, here's what she says to do with the 5-second rule. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think about something positive. When you find yourself worrying about your kids or worrying about anything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You take that thought captive, you utilize the tool, and you replace it with a different thought, with a different one. So you might go, I'm not going to worry. And you want to know the easiest thing to replace a worrying or a fearful thought? Say something you're thankful for. Say something you're thankful for over and over again until you get your mindset switched. She tells a ton of stories, so I say that a lot. That's the basis of what she does, and she tells a ton of stories. She goes, it's okay to be scared. Being scared means you're about to do something really, really brave. And when I was listening to the podcast from Erwin the other day, here's what he says about your emotions, whether it's fear or worry. He goes this, your emotions don't give you the right to act. So he goes, you can feel things. So maybe you're like, I'm feeling fear or I'm scared or I'm worried or I've got these things in my mind that are stopping me from actually doing something. And he even goes, feel it for a second. It's called the 5-second rule for those asking. Goes, feel it for a second, and then you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, utilize this tool, and you replace that feeling or that worry or that fear with a different thought. And the easiest thought to replace that with is something you're thankful for, right? And so I love what Erwin said. He goes, oftentimes we allow our thoughts to create action. And he goes, that's the biggest issue, is you take the worry, you take the emotion, and your emotions don't need to be acted upon. So you don't need to eat because you're sad or you're worried or you're afraid. You don't need to skip the gym because of what other people think of you. So you're going to feel things. It's a part of being human. You're going to have thoughts that pop into your mind. There's things that you're going to go, where did that come from? And you have to learn to take that thought captive, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and replace it with a positive thought. Replace it with something different. And then you're going to have to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 yourself through that door of worry or fear so that you get past it and realize that it really wasn't a big deal. So I'm actually going to share that podcast in my stories because it was really, really incredible. He basically says, you can't stop your brain. You can't stop thoughts from entering your brain, but you can stop them from building within your brain. You can't stop things because we listen, we see people, we watch things. We have like, how many thoughts did he say a day? It's like 70,000 if I can find in my notes. It was like 70,000 thoughts a day. It was very interesting how he phrased it. He goes, but guess what? You have 70,000 thoughts. If your thoughts have mastery over you, it cripples you to do nothing. So you have to learn how to take your thoughts captive. You have to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to choose a positive thought. I'm going to choose something I'm thankful for. I'm going to choose to get that thought out and focus on something different. Because if you don't, those thoughts will cripple you. They'll take over your life. They will stop you from doing the things you're called to do. And you're going to live in this place of regret someday where you're like, I wish I would have. So that is what the 5-second rule is used for today, taking over your emotions and switching them so that you don't run this rat race over and over again, wishing you could do something different. So this is the book. It's a really great tool for your tool belt to help you on your journey to be the best version of you. Otherwise, I will share that self-mastery podcast in my stories. So you can just click on it and you can go watch it. It was really, really helpful. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. Otherwise, reach out with questions that you have. Ask questions below. You can go to ketomomsecrets.com for recipes if that's all you're here for. But I promise you, if that's all you're here for, that's great. And there's more to your dieting than, than recipes or knowing how to eat. If you don't have self-mastery over your thoughts and yourself, then the likelihood of you sticking with a goal or staying towards a goal or working towards a goal or even hitting that in the future, if this isn't right, I'm just going to tell you, taking control of this and then learning how to eat, this will get you there faster and keep you there. If you don't take control of your mindset, the rest of it is going to fall apart. So, all right, I hope you guys have an incredible day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.